talking about that," said Stevie. She liked Hank. His laid-back country attitude contrasted with his sharp eyes that didn't miss a detail. He looked at Stevie and Zane for the first time.
"What's the story?"
"Maid found her this morning. She checked in on the 21st. Vanessa Phillips, age 25, lives in Eugene. The maid said there was no one in the room when she cleaned it yesterday or the day before."
Said
Hank. He slipped on a pair of gloves, pulled back the bedspread a few feet, and rotated the woman's head so she faced the ceiling.
"Riggers come and gone. Someone gave her a bleach rinse and then moved her here. She didn't die in the bed."
He glanced around the room.
"You found the murder scene?"
"Not yet," said Zane.
"We've been here 10 minutes. The bathtub is dry, definitely no bleach odor in there." "Was she on her side like this when you found her?"
Hank included Charlie in the question with a look over his shoulder.
"Yeah, I didn't touch her. Neither did Rosa. At least she said she didn't. I can't imagine she wanted to get too close to that. Rosa was hysterical when she came to pound on my office door."
He pulled up on his belt.
"I checked her," he nodded at the bed, "into the motel 4 days ago. I didn't see her around after that, but she was supposed to check out this morning. She told me she planned to surprise her parents by showing up on Christmas Day."
"How long do you think she's been dead, Hank?" Stevie asked in a low voice. Hank shook his head.
"Depends where she's been. If she was outdoors for a while, the cold will have slowed down the decaying process. But if Charlie is positive he saw her 4 days ago, then I suspect she was killed within 24 hours after that. I'll know more after I run some tests. But if I were you, I'd be looking for a scene from 2 to 3 days ago."
Hank studied her features.
"Looks like she was a pretty girl, and about the same age as Amber Lynn."
He peered at Stevie and Zane over his glasses.
"Maybe you're already holding her killer in a Solitude police cell." "Bob Fletcher,"
stated Zane as the name echoed in Stevie's head. "Bob admitted he lost his temper when he killed Amber Lynn," said Stevie. "We didn't lock up Bob until 3 p.m. yesterday, so he could have brought her here after the maid checked the room. Charlie, what time did Rosa check this room yesterday?"
"Her log says 10 a.m. "That's enough time," said Zane. "It's a bit of a tight window if he was waiting for no one to be around, but it's possible. Wait a second. Could this be the woman on Travis's flash drive?"
The thought had struck Stevie at the same moment.
"What flash drive?"
asked Hank. Stevie looked over her shoulder at Charlie, who'd stepped inside the room, clearly interested in their discussion. "Charlie, could you go see if Kenny is done talking to Rosa?" Disappointment crossed his face, but he left.
"Amber Lynn was murdered for footage on a flash drive,"
said Zane.
"Her ex-boyfriend, Travis White, filmed Bob Fletcher putting a female in the back of his SUV and hid the device in Amber Lynn's bag. Bob was trying to cover his tracks when he killed Amber Lynn."
All three of them studied the victim's long, wavy blonde hair.
"Was the woman blonde?"
asked Hank. "I'm not sure. The video quality was pretty bad. All we could see was that her hair was long," said Stevie. "And it didn't give a good view of her face. We couldn't even tell if she was alive."
"When was the video made?"
Hank asked. "On the evening of the 21st, answered Stevie. Hank tipped his head from side to side, frowning at the body. He lifted Vanessa's arm and pressed in several places on her abdomen. Stevie looked away. The woman was naked, and decomposition had firmly taken hold of her body.
"I don't think she's been dead that long. You said you couldn't tell if she was dead on the video? Maybe she was killed later. Like I said, I'll have a better window of time for you after some tests." "What about the bleach odor?"
asked Zane.
"If someone scrubbed her down, will that ruin any evidence?"
Hank gave a big grin.
"Depends what they're trying to hide. I have a few tricks up my sleeve."
"I think we need to have a talk with Bob Fletcher."